What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Welcome back to another war video. In today's episode, I'm going to show you different war reports for the new mages. I was able to mix them up with some of the old mages that we have in the game. As of right now, the new mages haven't been performing as expected by everyone. So I decided to try and get creative to see if there was a way of getting some good value out of these new mages. If you're new here, subscribe for more content, like the video, and let's get right into it. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, brand new season, brand new mages, and as always, the mages have been disappointing. Last season, Maggrat and Tohar were not cutting it until the game developers decided to fix them. This season again, we are facing similar situations. The archers have always been on point. The devs have been 100% efficient in designing archers, but when it comes to the mages, they haven't really hit the sweet spot. Hopefully that's going to improve for the future. So for right now, I'm going to show you some of the matches that I was using and testing out on the field. So the first one was this one right here. You know what? Let's talk about the march that I used in my previous video, the one I uploaded on my channel. In that march, we have Tohar and Thalia as the primary. Now the concept was doing as much damage as possible within the first 10 or 15 seconds of the fight. Because you know, when you fight in those large scale fights, some of the targets that you hit are going to die instantly. They won't last for long. So if your march can do as much damage as possible in a short amount of time, you're going to get some good value. That's the reason I have Tohar here with Thalia. And the good thing is this artifact is going to get all the stacks required to take the additional effect to maximum level. Because you have two skills here that are working well together. You have Tohar channeling, which is 3 hero skill damage, and then you have Thalia's second skill known as Good Tidings, which is going to be a buff that's going to put maximum stacks on this Mirage Orb. So this is something that you can try. And another surprising march is this one right here, Maggrat and Thunderin. All I can say is, guys, do not sleep on this march. I feel like Thunderin is an upgraded version of Zeta when it comes to Maggrat and Zeta for Celestials. I would suggest maybe if you have this hero maxed out, maybe put your Zeta on the background just for a little bit and take these two for a spin. I think you're going to benefit a lot. I'm not saying it's better than Maggrat and Zeta, but these two pairings together, they have potential. The good thing is it's going to be your control march as well. You have Maggrat, who is excellent at doing instant damage. So when the enemies are dying real fast, Maggrat is going to be doing a lot of damage with her nuclear normal attack, which happens after 5 seconds. As you guys know, the more damage you can do in a short amount of time, the better. The enemies don't usually last long. And if an enemy is being hit by multiple people, if your march can do a lot of damage than your teammates, you're going to get some good value. You also have this artifact that's going to be useful on this march, especially when you have Thunderin awakened. I really want to see how that's going to perform. Like, I'm going to show you guys the war reports in a little bit. The good thing is you can get the maximum stacks on this pet as well with this pairing. So that's what it is. All I can say is before you buy this skill, you need to think twice. Maybe wait until the end of the season, because next season, this Maggrat with archers is going to be bad news. We might be getting long range warfare. So you might want to hold off on this and get the Maggrat skill instead. That is just something to think about. So this was the previous march, and I also tried Maggrat and Thunderin. It was doing okay. I'm gonna link the video for this march. Now for today's video, I decided to do something different. This time, I decided to use Thalia with Thunderin. And then I took Maggrat back to Tohar. Now these guys were built to work together. As of right now, it looks like they are getting even more merit. Tohar is excellent instant impact hero for those quick fights, and the Mirage Orb is just something else. And then let's talk about this pairing right here. These two synergize pretty good. So you have Thalia with 1600 skill damage factor and a plus 15% damage dealt. That is going to amplify Thundarin's rage skill to 3 targets, which is excellent. Thalia also has 20% more hero skill damage. It's going to combine with Thunderin hero skill damage and Thunderin crit rate as well, resulting in more damage. Now the good thing is this pairing is also going to be very good when hitting single targets, because Velen can only hit a single target with 1200 damage factor, but Thalia is going to hit a single target with 1600 damage factor. Now if you have Walder here, let's see, Walder can only do 700 damage factor. So Walder only does 700 damage factor to single targets. But if you have Thalia here, Thalia is going to do 1600 damage factor when you're hitting those single targets. So that's something to think about. So you can mix out your heroes with one single target DPS and one with AoE. It's going to balance the scale for you. So these are the marches that I tried, and all I can say is they are awesome. Guys, do not sleep on this march. Just take it for a spin and see how it works. Zeta is still excellent, but give Thunderin a shot behind Maggrat. You're gonna see the magic. Now we're gonna check out some war reports. I have some nice war reports right here. So everything you see here are from some testing in the open field. I was fighting the same target, using the same micro, with the same heroes on the field. As you can see here, Bertrand was able to leave everybody behind. That is because Tohar is an excellent instant impact hero with his channeling. It means he'll be able to do a huge amount of damage before the enemy dies, especially if the enemy dies in less than 10 seconds. Tohar will be the real deal. And as you can see here, we have Thalia and Velen with 29,000 merits. We have Maggrat Zeta with 32, Lilia Thea with 32. We went out together at the same time, and this march was able to keep up. So I think it is not bad. I decided to throw in Walter and Thunderin with Vestals just to get some merits, and it did okay. Now we go on to the next set of testings. Again, as you can see here, I think I was targeted. This march was hit so many times. So the merits is not close with everybody else, but they're almost similar. But what you can take away from here is Maggrat and Thunderin. You can see it's keeping up with Lilia Thea. And the funny thing is my Thunderin was only 5,124. Let me show you from here, Legion buffs. You can see Thunderin 5,142 only. Imagine if it was awakened. I think it would have been a different story, which is why I'm saying we might have a secret meta right here. I'm not calling it right now, but you guys should be on the lookout for this march. Maggrat and Thunderin. So we're going to keep this pushing. We go all the way up here. Now this is a good example of these pairings. You can see Thalia and Velen, 42,000 merits. Bertrand and Tohar just left everybody behind because they're very good in those quick shot fights. And then Maggrat and Thunderin just killing it. You can see here Lilia and Thea. The merit is not too much. You guys want to know why? Because I was killing a lot of infantry. Like I said before, if you mix your marches, one is a good single target DPS and the other one is a good AoE, you're going to do some good stuff on the field. So this one, Thalia has a 1600 damage to a single target, which is better than the 700 damage for Walder. So when you're hitting single target, this march is going to be on top. This one here, single target, excellent. And over here you have Maggrat as well, who is a single target with Thunderin behind to pick up the pieces if the enemy is still alive. So this is good. And then Lilia is the only one doing some nice damage here, because Thea doesn't do damage. Most of the people I hit were mostly tanks. But yep, this is some good stuff, man. All I can say is we have some good pairings that you can try. Okay, so this is the war reports from the previous lineup with Tohar primary and Thalia deputy. All I can say is give Thalia and Velen a shot. I think it's a good march, and you should also consider Maggrat and Thunderin. Maggrat and Zeta is good, but don't forget about Thunderin. She is awesome as well. And that's it for the mage testings, guys. I'm going to show you the talent trees that I use in a little bit. So let me do this right now. If the devs actually do something to these new heroes, I think the lineup should change. the lineup is going to look a little bit different. So the best mage lineup would be as follows. In the near future, when the devs do something about these heroes, Maggrat and Tohar, and then here we're going to have Walter with the villain. This would be the 5 March mage bomb. This lineup right here. This would be the best 5 March mages. The only difference is these two have been underperforming just a little bit. If something is done to them, then yep, this would be the best 5 mage March in the game as of right now. But I would give Maggrat and Thunderin a shot. We might have a secret meta here. I'm not saying it's a secret meta, but we might have something. So yep, let's check out the talent tree that I used. Where is Thalia? So Thalia is right here. This is the talent tree that I used for her with Berlin. We got some rage over here, might speed, attack, normal attack, grab this, grab this. I got a shield here instead. Maybe I could go for this, but it's going to be up to you. Decide what you want to pick. And then we have iconoclasm at the end. So as you can see here, I try to synchronize my march speed with my other mages to give them 31% march speed. That's why it looks a little something like that. What is the other march that I tried? So Maggrat with Thunderin. So here is the Maggrat talent tree. This is what I used for the Maggrat. Get some march speed from here as well. Some people don't like it, but for me, I don't like to be a tortoise on the field. The faster you move, the faster you can get to the enemy, the faster you can start hitting them, and the faster you can run away. So that is pretty good. What other talent tree do I need to show you? I think those two are the main ones. The other ones, you have already seen them. So that's it for the video, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.